Yeah, we're going to be map out your coaching business, the life cycle of your clients in that journey, and also how you utilize Wisdome within actually like the whole admin, how you set things up. So enjoy, and we'll see you in the next video. Welcome to our Aussie Summer series on YouTube. So this series that we're sharing over the coming weeks is just snippets from our onboarding session. And I'm breaking this up because I know this is the time of the year that we all tend to sort of look at planning our ideas, thinking about what we're doing. And I wanted to break this up so you could watch it in easy, amounts of time rather than a whole hour, but also allowing you basically, if you're a coach, well, watch the coaching one. If you are running a membership, watch the membership one, course creator, et cetera, et cetera. And the reason I'm broken it up is so you can actually get a good indication of probably the best way to map your offer in the sense of running a business, where you house everything, where you deliver everything, how you get people to come in. The one place, the tool belt that you need to run your business. So I invite you to come along, watch these short videos, and have a quick sneak peek inside how you can utilize these maps with Wisdome as well. So my name is Nikki Kelly. I am the founder of Wisdome, and I hope you enjoy this series. So managing your clients, this is with respect to the coaching map. Now, this is the short version, then I've got a longer one after that, so don't stress. So when it comes to clients, first you'd have your folder set up. Where and how do you support your clients? Through a hub. Now, we all coach, and you possibly, run those coaching sessions on Zoom, and you're running them, and then after that, you might send them an email. Well, in this case, you're giving them something to come back to later on rather than going through their emails and trying to find, oh, hang on a minute, what did we talk about then? And blah, blah, blah. Here, you're creating a folder specific to a client. You're uploading, embedding the video into a page in that folder that is specific to the client. Those subfolders, as I mentioned, we have folders. The subfolders could be your sessions, the dated sessions. And in those pages, you embed the video, you might embed your notes, things like that. So that's how you would utilize the replays, things like that for your client sessions. The next part of that is assigning clients to the access level. So you have those folders created, you're putting the information in those folders and on those pages, and then you're giving that client an access to that folder. Now, what we do suggest, and I do jump on a little bit later, is you can create folders initially and give those people access, and a page there saying information will be applied once our session's finished. So they can see all their folders already set out. They can see the program that you've got set out for them. And using member charges for upgrades. This is a new feature we have in our system, which is very exciting. So I'm going to mention it here now. So in our system, we have automated payment. So as I mentioned, you can sell courses, you can sell events, and obviously you have your reoccurring membership or access level, monthly, yearly, or one time. But what we've also introduced is member charges. Now, this is another access area where you can set up payments. You can invite a client. So you've got someone in your system, and this is coaching specific. You can use it anywhere, but use a case. If you have a client and you're a coach and your client has run through a program, let's say 6 sessions with you, and they say, look, I'd like to have another session with you, or, do you have something else you can offer me that we might work on? And you might give them an idea and say, you know what, I'll give you an extra 3 sessions, but I'm going to give it to you for maybe $600 rather than, the $1,000, whatever, right? And what you can do in our system is you open up a modal, and it will ask you who you're sending this to. So you choose the member, you put a little description in there and say, this is going to be for the next 3 sessions as discussed, and you put the amount in there. You choose your currency, whatever, you put the amount in there and you send it to them. It's all within our system. You do not have to create a whole new product. You do not have to create a whole new program or anything. This is just sending a payment request basically to them. And what they do is when they log in, they'll see that payment request. If they approve it, they get charged, and you move on. So it's as simple as that. You don't have to create new programs or anything like that, because I understand when we coach, we're in the middle of coaching people and they're like, oh, I just want another extra session or something. You don't have to think, oh, I've got to send an extra invoice. No, you can just do it straight in the system. You know, it's there, it's done. They can see the transaction easy. So that's a sort of moment that you can think about when you're in coaching, that it's not the be all, like it's not just this is the coaching program, this is your access, that's it. No, you can actually charge extra if you need to. There could be situations too where, oh, well, basically that's it really with respect to coaching. I won't mess things up. So the next page here is literally giving you the life cycle of coaching. So this is where we dive in a little bit more. I mentioned you've got the setup, you're creating your folders, you're giving them that template. Like I mentioned, you might have all the folders set out there. Let's say it's a 10, session program. You might have all the 10 sessions there, something like that. And then you will build the resources in as you go. Now, one thing that people do tend to forget is that onboarding phase. So we want to let people know that this is how our system works. This is how I work. So you will tell them, right? You can say, when you come in, you'll see all the folders here. I also send automated emails because that's what our system does also. When someone joins a program or whatever, you can trigger off an automated sequence of emails. The delivery, how are you going to deliver the program to them? Let them know. This is how it's going to be delivered. Now, I know Rachel, my daughter, wonderfully works with Rachel and is learning to sing. And she knows automatically. She knows the rhythm, the weekly where we're going to meet, how we're going to meet, the device I need to be on, things like that. Really relaying that information just gives that comfort to the person. So they're relaxed, ready to absorb. If they're stressed, anxiety, they're closed up, it's really hard for them to absorb anything. But if you give them all the information and they're aware, they're more open and they're going to absorb as much as you give them. And then the next phase is obviously that payment process. They know when they're going to be charged. They know the process with respect to how they're going to be charged, what they're going to be charged, etc. And then that retention part of it is making sure that you check in. You're letting them know you're here between sessions, between moments, between events, whatever it is, but letting them know that you're there, following up. Like I mentioned, we might coach, we do a Zoom call, we send an email. Well, that's the email part is following up. But maybe between your sessions, you might have them fortnightly. That 1 week after, you want to send, how's everything going? So this is where you make sure that, you do post, you send information. Here's a little tidbit to all of my clients that I coach. You could have a group in there where you might just be doing one-on-one, but you could have all your clients together in one social group and you just share information weekly, updates, that kind of thing. So they know you're there. That's that retention part, keeping those people there. They stay because they know you're around, basically. And then moving to an alumni access level is a possibility for those that you might finish a program and you might shift those clients into a group of people. And as well as that, and I have a YouTube video on this where you utilize your community to scale. And you may have people that you've worked with for a very long time and they become the experts of your hub. So this is where you can translate that, one-to-one client. That could still very much be your VIP one-to-one client, but they could play another part where they become that advocate, that leader in a sense in your group of clients. So any new clients that come through, because you might not be able to be there all the time, they know there's someone else that they can turn to as well. And that's very common when it comes to people who are building communities as well. So that's just a little extra bit of information there on that regard. And giving them that access level, maintaining that. The information that you share with them in a cohort, whether it's one-to-one or a cohort, you might want to give them access for a certain period of time. Make sure you communicate that, obviously. But that other part is inviting the one-to-one into a community base, but giving them that access level for a prolonged period of time. And offer, obviously, re-engagement programs. So programs that might evolve from what they originally learned from you. What's the next step? Or it could be let's touch base and see how you're going. Do we need to revise the process that we've just learned? Things like that. So that is in a sense, the coaching map, the flow you would go through. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do remember to like and subscribe. It does help our channel, and I will be putting more and more videos out there. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care.